So it's finally here, the King-Ōjā opening, something I thought we wouldn't be getting until, episode 5, until we introduce the team. But no, we've got it right now, and we've heard the song. The song's been out for a couple of weeks. Since the show began, we've heard the song. And even if you haven't heard the song, it plays in the opening if you haven't heard the song on its own. So now we've got the opening theme song with the visuals, and I'm excited to check it out because I've been loving King-Ōjā so far, and this reaction is sort of coming out as I've found the opening online through Twitter, so I haven't watched the episode yet. So stay tuned for that review if you've been keeping up with my King-Ōjā reviews, but if you're brand new here, hey, I review King-Ōjā, but let's react to this opening and check it out. I've got my YouTube protection on because if there's one thing that scares me, it's Toei out to strike or out to claim a reaction or something that's in fair use. But not only that, I've also got the music label to worry about. I've also got the see my blur thing's acting up. I've also got the music label to worry about. I've also got the song to worry about getting copyright, and Toei as well. So there's 3 main things that could take me out or take out this video if I've got it on. So I'm going to turn down the audio, the desktop audio, pretty low. So if you've heard the song, you know what it sounds like. So I just got to be careful when playing it. Now, I'll probably pause it and break it down. So if you want to watch it with me on YouTube or Twitter or something like that, and we can talk about the visuals together. Maybe I'll have visuals sort of overlaid in editing if I'm not too lazy. But let's react to it. So let's check it out. In 3, 2, 1, go. We've got our team. Okay, what's interesting about this one here is, so we've met Red. Okay, these are the kings. So we've met Blue, and the qualities turn to butt. We've met Yellow. Purple and Black have their back turned because we haven't been fully introduced to them in the show. We met them in the first episode, but they've got their back turned, which is kind of interesting. So I'm wondering, once we fully see them in the show, after their introductory episodes, then they'll sort of do their pointing the sword at the camera with what we saw with Blue and Yellow there. And then you've got Hercules, who is the king. The evil king. I was going to say self-proclaimed, but self-proclaimed evil king, you could say. And then you've got Gira. Okay, I like this visually. I really like this visually, with how it looks. You've sort of got their colors in there. I'm going to turn it down a little bit on the video as well. So we've got them. The symbols are in the background. I like this, how it's black and white, and it's just got their colors showing around them. I think that looks really cool. That's some really cool color technique they did visually. Oh, and then we got Purple standing there. Yep. That's interesting what they did with Black. They sort of did the orange and the black, which are the colors that are showing. Sort of the orange that's on his mouthpiece is the one that's showing, along with the black as well. Here's the sword. And then we've got Hercules. And then he just comes in and he's standing there on the throne himself. I like that. Wait, is that what we saw in the episode? Let's rewind it. Oh yeah, that's probably what they've been doing in Sentai for a while. You see what's going to appear in the episode. Oh, okay, so this is just showing what's in everyone's throne room. So this is Red's, Blue's with the technology. What's that gaming chair brand? Arc Racing. I think that's the same gamer chair we saw with The Weeknd in Revice. Maybe they sponsored Toei. Oh, there's Purple with all the snow. Yellow. Wait, what's going on here? Okay, so I think that might be, yeah, that's Black probably. And then No, that's black's because of the cherry blossom. And then that's yellow's, I think. What is that shot? Wait, let me go back. Like, we've got purple knocking the opening or knocking the credits away. And it does like a rewind. Oh, that's a cool shot of them all on their bugs. And they're falling. Trampoline! That's a pretty cool shot. And they all jump up. And I like how, oh god, it sucks that I'm rewinding it and the quality is getting crunched. Let me see if I can fix that. I don't think I can. It looks like arse from what I'm looking at, but I like how everyone's doing these crazy poses and purple's just standing there with their arms crossed. Like not giving a fuck. That's pretty funny. Then we get the mech forming. Okay, so I like this yellow effect they do. They also do it when they morph as well. It's sort of like the amber forming around the bugs, you know, like amber forming around bugs and stuff like that. Something like, if you've seen Jurassic Park, that's the thing. Yep. And then we see everyone's servants, which is, I think, yeah, it looks like we're going to get a shot of everyone's servants. Here's blue, black, yellow, I was going to say pink, yellow with like the maids and stuff, and it looks like live action Watari from Death Note, or just Watari in general from Death Note with like the old Asian man with that, like that kind of mustache. And we've got purple, and it looks like their assistant is like pushing a snowman. Okay, I like that shot. So everyone goes to sit down. Blue in his gaming chair. Yellow in hers. Purple in theirs. And then black sits more traditionally with their legs crossed. And then Gira just sits down like a boss. And that's the opening. I think it looks pretty solid visually. Like, it's definitely a Sentai opening with what you see in there. So it's like, it's showing off what everyone can do. It's got some pretty cool visuals in there. I will say that. What else is there? So yeah, that is definitely showing what's going to happen in this week's episode. We got the gaming chair. Like, I do like this opening. It's got some really interesting visual choices. It's definitely like a bop of an opening, but nothing's too crazy is happening in there. I do like how we've got more of like original, like more of an original opening, because the thing with like the Don Brothers opening, yeah, it would have the dance, but I feel like when it came to Zenkaija and Zenkaija and Don Brothers, you would see those what's going to happen this episode in the clip a fair bit. This episode, you just see it for a brief second, and then it happens. Don Brothers 2, I don't think it was that annoying as well. I know Zenkaija is kind of like an off-putting one, because you sort of hear like the bird like squawk during the opening, if I remember correctly. But I think this like opening is pretty solid. Like visually, I think it looks really cool. I like this shot here with all the amber forming and everyone's doing that. Oh, that's cool as well. Okay, so with purple, you can see the butterfly wings forming. You can sort of see the stinger forming for black. And then for yellow, it's the mantis leg. And then when you rewind it with red, you've got sort of like the Kawagata horn. And then with Yama, you've got the big wasp wings forming in the background. That's cool visually. That's really cool visually with what they're doing with the amber. And then you've got the mech forming, which is a really cool mech. I can't wait. I keep seeing everyone on Twitter having their King-Ōjā mechs arriving already. Mine is coming eventually, but I can't wait to get it. Like, I've got to get that email from Toku Collectibles saying that, hey, pay the deposit, rest of the deposit, and then yours is on the way. So I definitely got to do that, and I can't wait to do. Or did I pay it in full on the day? I can't remember. But either way, I'm excited for their mech to show up eventually later down the line. I've still got my Don Brothers mech in the box, and I feel like I should take it out and put it on display. because it's been in the box for over a year with the Zap Megazord sitting on top of it. But enough about that. So yeah, I really like this shot where you see a lot of like, it kind of shows with how everyone treats their little companion. Blue in the relationship with his. You've got blacks where they're sort of cleaning. One dude falls over. Yellow's got all the maids. Purple's still a mystery, but they're just pushing a snowman in like the land of the north. You know nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing. But I think it looks cool. And then when they all sit in the chair, like, I like it how when they sit, they sort of show their personalities. So, like, Blue does his sort of, like, sits down. Yellow sits down more elegantly. Purple does sort of, like, the Game of Thrones pose with, like, the sword going down. Black sits more traditionally, and then Gira does his boss pose. So I like that. But yeah, I think this opening is pretty freaking cool. I like the song. The song's a bop. You guys probably couldn't hear it audibly because of copyright. And hopefully Toei doesn't claim it visually. We'll have to wait and see. But I think this opening kicks ass. I really enjoy it. And I can't wait to watch episode 3 and see where this show is going to go moving forward. So if you haven't watched my King-Ohgер reviews yet, check him out. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new and you're just stopping by. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this opening and my reviews and stuff like that. And check me out as well. Stick around. See if you like what you see. And if you don't, you don't. You do, you do. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day or night. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Take care. Bye.
Kingu-Ōjā.